Illustrious and dynamic personality, Air Marshal Dr. Anil Behl, Avsm, as our chief guest for the 23rd convocation of Sikkim Manipal University. An accomplished plastic surgeon and a skilled manager with 38 years of experience, Sir has excelled in the field of burns care, complex reconstructive and aesthetic surgery. He has conducted extensive research in India and USA in the fields of plastic surgery and aerospace medicine. He rose to the position of Director General of Medical Services of the Indian Air Force and was awarded the Ati Vishisht Seva Medal by President of India in 2010 for his contribution of an exceptional nature. He was appointed Honorary Surgeon to the President of India in 2013. He has a proven record in motivating and building a team of medical professionals to raise patient satisfaction to patients' delight. His key skills include surgical expertise, patient care, and disaster management. He was protocol for casualty evacuation by air and plane disaster management teams for IAF. He has professional experience and insight into the issues affecting healthcare providers across various echelons of an organized healthcare system. He has been appointed as a life member of the Association of Plastic Surgeons of India since 1997. Throughout his career, he has held various positions. At present, Sir holds the position of Director of Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery at Fortis Memorial Research Institute, Gurgaon. He has also held academic appointments such as Principal at Command Hospital, Bangalore, and Professor of Plastic Surgery at AFMC, Pune. Ladies and gentlemen, please join your hands together to give a big round of applause to welcome Air Marshal Dr. Anil Behl, Avsm, as I call upon our chief guest to deliver the convocation address.
Thank you, ma'am. Your Excellency, that and the other, and it never ends. Today, for you, it's ending, and that's the landmark event today. Now you go into life and get out of this rut of board exams. The best convocation speech ever. Do you know what was that convocation speech? If you Google it, it will come to Steve Jobs' convocation speech given to the Stanford University in 2005. And in that speech, he just gave a few examples out of his life and wanted to convey messages. And he ended the speech with, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." Does it ring a bell to any of you? I am a copycat. I'm going to copy part of that speech and adapt it to myself. And I'm going to call it, "Keep caring, keep learning," with illustrations of a couple of incidents out of my life. This is many decades ago, early 80s. I had just graduated as a surgeon, and I was posted in some Mufassal district in Assam. I was the only surgeon of the entire district. In fact, possibly even in the neighboring districts, there was nobody there. One day, one person brought a 2-year-old child with a cleft lip. This is a true story. With a cleft lip. And he says, "Can you fix it?" So I said, "I passed MS last year. Forget about ever having done cleft lips. I've never even seen a cleft lip being operated. So I recommend you please go to Calcutta and get the surgery done." And I'm telling you of the days when the entire Northeast, all the 7 states, did not have one plastic surgeon. The closest one was Calcutta. So he was disappointed. He said, "Sir, I cannot afford to go to Calcutta. If you can do it, it's fine. If you cannot do it," that hit me very hard. I saw one entire life in front of me, and that's where the keep caring came into play. I went, dug out some books out of my trunks, read, practiced suturing on latex gloves, like you all do. And the first ever cleft lip I ever did was on that child. Went off well. So the story is yet to come. A few months later, somebody else also brought in a cleft lip. Now my confidence was higher. I did 1, 2, 3. And I was very satisfied surgically. But God had something more for me. Suddenly one day, out of the blue, I get a letter. You're selected, or you've got a seat for MCH in plastic surgery. What a pleasant surprise. I'd not even applied for it. I found out later that one of the children who I had operated upon, their parent was working as a cook in one of the very high up persons in the organizations. And whenever they said something, that boss, or my boss's boss's boss, decided to bless me. Yes, there were good bosses even at that time. So I got the seat. My message in this is, I just did one small spoon of care and I got back bucketfuls in return. My entire life changed. Keep learning. Now I was encouraged. I went, I did my MCH, studied hard, presented papers, did research. My next opportunity caught that I got a seat for doing a fellowship in UK, which I did, hand surgery fellowship. Carried on from there, got a 2-year fellowship in USA. And just see that this surgeon who was in a Mufassal town in Avsm suddenly found himself in the epitome medical center of the world, that is the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. This is what happened. Till date, whenever I do a surgery, I have to do it tomorrow, next day or whatever, I will read my book. I will see an occasional video of somebody else having done it. And surprisingly, many a times, even though I may have done the surgery several times in the past, I do pick up a small tip here or there, which helps me improve myself. This is from the jumbo jet pilot. The jumbo jet pilot may have done 10,000 landings, but on his 10,001st landing, he's obliged to take out his checklist, check mark everything, and then do the landing. And this is what makes our airlines the safest mode of travel, possibly safer than walking on the sidewalk in Gangtok. The message here too is, don't be complacent. I know you know a lot, but still there is more to learn. There are more changes. So you need to keep running to stay on the same spot. Can I tell you a small anecdote? This is from the same Stanford University lecture by Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was a billionaire. He could have everything, but he lived very frugally. He wore his blue jeans and his white polo neck t-shirt, and that's it. So he was invited as the speaker, keynote speaker for the Stanford address, the same one which became so famous. So instead of the fancy limousines and this to drop him, he quietly tells his wife, "Can you drop me up to the auditorium?" So the wife is actually taking her 10-year-old son to somewhere. She says, "Okay, you sit down and I'll drop you." So they go. Of course, it's a big event. There's so many people. When she goes in, the security man stops her. "Okay, ma'am, go and park over here. this area you can't go. But she said, but I'm going to be dropping your keynote speaker. Let me go inside. So the security man comes in, peeps inside the car. He sees one man wearing a average jeans and t-shirt and a 10-year-old boy at the back. And he snickers. He says, which one of them? This is a true story too. So the message I want to do is, the brand is inside you. Not what our youngsters are today, that they want that tick mark over here or they want the Gucci bag there. The brand you need to develop is the brand inside you. So getting back to serious stuff, let me congratulate all of you once again for this landmark day in your life. I will urge you that as of now, you've got all the knowledge you have. You need to convert this knowledge into wisdom. You need to learn new skill sets. Life does not really follow the book. It's full of things which you need to learn. And to each one of you, I wish you nothing but the very, very best. Keep caring, keep learning. I use the word caring always first because how much you care weighs far, far more than how much you know. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your words of enlightenment.